There are a couple different ways to add students to your class in Google Classroom. They each have their advantages and disadvantages. So really quickly, you can do either of these and the students will be a part of the group. One doesn't give an advantage. It's just two different ways to handle adding students. So you can actually have students use a specific link and then they basically add themselves to your class. The nice thing about this is you don't have to know what their email addresses are. They actually just log into your class based on a link or actually a code that you give them. This can get messy though, because especially if you want them to use their G Suite account and they all start using random Gmail accounts, it can get really messy and you don't know what account they're going to be logged in as when they send that link. If you want to know for sure what email addresses they're going to be using, that's where you actually can use an invite system where you type in their email address. That allows you to control who joins the account or who joins the classroom, but it can be challenging. Again, for that same reason, you don't necessarily know what their email address is unless they're using G Suite accounts. And you could send the invite to one account and they might be logged into another account, and so they never see the invite. A lot of times we'll find that links or using a code is a more reliable way to get students joined, but if you want consistency, the invite is the way to go. We're going to look at both ways of doing it on the same class, because you don't have to pick one or the other. In fact, a lot of times we'll send invites, and then if students don't get the invite, then we'll let them join with a link. So let's actually go to a class that I already have set up, and we'll show multiple ways that a student can join. So here is Bob Nugget. This is Bob Nugget's account. He's going to be the teacher, and he's teaching this sourdough baking class that I already have set up. Right? So we'll go in here, and this is the class, right? We're going to look at all the different things later, but first we need to get some students in there. Now, the first way we're going to look at is to use this code. Now, this code, you probably can't see it. It's pretty small, but if you click on this link right here, it will display it really big. A lot of times we'll actually do this in a classroom. It'll be up on the wall, like on a projector, and the students, if you click that link, it gets really big, and they can see this is the link that they're going to have to use. I'm actually going to copy it and we're going to paste it, but usually students will have to type it in because they can't copy from your screen, right? So this is the link that they'll need to join a class. And so let's actually go to another user's window here. So this is a user that's logged in. This is actually, we created this bird watching class. So this Gmail user is the teacher of this bird watching class. But if we want to join a class, we simply say plus, and instead of click create, we say join class. And now it's going to ask us for that code. So if it was on the screen, the student could type it in. I can thankfully just paste it in and click join. And now boom, all of a sudden, we'll see we are now a member of this class. If we go over to people, we're going to see the teacher is Bob Nugget. If we go back to our classes, we're going to see we have two different classes now that we are a part of. Sourdough baking and then bird watching is the one that we made. So that's the way to join a class using a link. However, if we were Bob Nugget and we wanted to invite somebody, let's go back over to Bob Nugget's account. We're going to close this. We'll go over to people and look at this, Birdtopia. That's that user that we were just at. That is now a student in the class. But let's say we wanted to invite somebody. So I'm going to say I want to invite the Powers Family at gmail.com, which is another account that I have access to. So I'm going to click that user. I'm going to click invite, and it will send the invite to that user account. So let's go over to that. See, note it says right here, it's invited. If we open up the Powers Family at gmail.com, if we go over here, look at that. Bob Nugget invited you to a class. This is a class invitation. I could just click join, or if you didn't get this email or you didn't check the email, if you go to classroom.google.com and click a quick refresh, and this is good to know. Actually, if we were using G Suite, there would be a thing saying, hey, would you like to join the class right here? Unfortunately, we are using Gmail, so we don't see an invite here. We will actually have to go through the invitation in email, but we just click join. Do you want to join? You're signed in as this person. I'm going to click join. And then now we are a member of the sourdough baking group as well. If we go back over to Bob Nugget, the teacher's page, we can see that now Sean Powers, the Powers Family at gmail.com, is also a student in our class. And so that's two different ways to get students added. One, they can do it themselves by using the link, or you can send an invite and they should be able to click join in their email to automatically join the class. And that's all there is to adding students to class. You can either do it yourself by insisting on typing in a specific email and sending an invite, or you can have them do the heavy lifting and have the students just join the class by using that link that you provide for them. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.